So I hope you're doing good. I hope you're chilling. I hope you're striving. I hope you're moving forward with your lives. Because, I mean, isn't that what we all have to do, Since, we can't end it, this is what we gotta do. So basically, crazy hair, don't care. So as I'm going about this, I'm trying to go about it, como se dice, a very respectful way, okay? A very cordial way, professional way, cordial way. So as I'm trying to match my thoughts with the emotion, with the action, with the thing that's happening at the moment, nothing is the same, okay? Nothing is the same as before. Nothing even can even resemble, okay? That being for my collective, for you on the other side of the screen, whether it is you don't or you do resonate, and it is for me, okay? Most of all. So like I was saying in one of my other videos, I definitely read all my comments, okay? I saw how I was telling myself. I saw how my comments, I got a comment and they were like, I love how you said, I quote me, I'm in love with myself, okay? So as I go about that, as I roam through with it, as I'm moving, I don't only feel the sense of magnitude and collateral, but I'm sensing that even though somebody out there is going through pain, is going through triumph, they're going through, I mean, what can I say more? What is the worst thing about this life? Like, putting into perspective, essentials, right? Somebody's out there homeless, somebody's out there pawning and fiending for what they gotta eat, peeing where they're not supposed to be peeing, when they could have a home, they could have this, but when it's been so tainted away from this homeless person, this is just an example again, we give too much thought that maybe actually, we see them smiling, we see them amidst all the chaos and all that rupture, they're still good. But let me tell you something. I have done so much to get to this point, okay? And this is just the beginning. Like, if it goes the direction it goes, it's gonna go no matter what. Like, there's literally no turning back at this point. It doesn't matter what goes or what doesn't go or what is or what isn't. Like, it is just forward now, okay? My last video, I just want to make a couple points. The fact that I say this, people need to understand what it means, okay? Yes, I do want to end my life, okay? No, I will not be taking part into my suicidal tendencies just to leave this world in order to be incubated in the headspace that I already am always in, okay? So necessarily speaking, having the ability to get out of the head, get out of the black darkness void inside of you, you're now left with a blank canvas. But even then, I'm seeing myself so frustrated that when I put something on that canvas, I automatically rip it off because it doesn't look good, or because it wasn't even meant to be in the first place. Because everything is fleeting, because everything just leaves, because everything just is fleeting, okay? The fact that I say I don't want to be here, I do want I want this to be the end. I want it to be the end. I want that to be the end. I'm also feeling okay, let me create whatever the fuck I want and I could get all the money in the world and be good and help all these people. Like, both can exist at the same time, okay? And if you're like a person that's, okay, in my last video somebody commented, before the nice comment that I got, which if you're watching this video, I have so much love for you, because that literally made me so happy. But beforehand, the comment that I got, if anybody saw it, it says, Stephanie, you need to go to a mental health professional. You are not okay. Who are you to tell me that? And what the fuck are you doing in my life with nothing to give to me and a bunch of bullshit spitting out your mouth? Okay, that's my thought. So as I'm moving forward, as I'm taking a step back personally and telling myself that not only can these two ideas coexist, right? You know, I dilute and I extinguish the fire inside of me. And I personally have to do it so that there's this fire inside of me, it's rupturing, whatever emotions coming out. I personally have to go extinguish that and let it be done. So now let me tell you a little bit about me, okay? My name is Stephanie Medina. I am 21 years of age. I currently live in the United States of America. Okay. And I come from a very harsh past. Let us begin. Let us begin. From a young age, dealing with violence, mental instability, mental harm, physical harm, emotional harm, torment, wreckage, never able to flourish in grief, never able to apologize and have it reciprocated in the way it should be, okay? From a young age, from a child mind, okay, being placed in places with people who would only hurt me, you know, that having to do with family, other family, friends, family, okay? And this is my thought on that. Your family is your family that was meant to bring you here to this world. Family, your blood. But to find your real family, to find family that is family, that has that definition, you have to seek it. Yes, in different many occasions, in different many aspects, our blood family are the people that support us the most. They're gonna stick with us through thick and thin, but at the same exact time, we need to elaborate the fact that if people that are so-called our family hurt us to the brink and the point of, as a child mind, making that child believe like that they should end their life at such a young age, is absolutely horrifying, okay? So now imagine with me, okay? Now you may imagine with me. Now you may sit with me. The dialect, the courage that child had to have in order to surpass those emotions, surpass those feelings, surpass that trauma, surpass that constant antagonizing, agony-filled memories with the S. Okay, not only once, not only twice, not only 3 times, but more than 10, more than 20, and maybe more than 100. But as we're speaking on this, you know, it's I've been cut, I've been made bled, I've been bruised up, I've been sat down on the tracks and I've been sat down on the tracks and they have let the train run me over, okay? It is like that, okay? That's how it was, and that's how detrimental and putrid that the situations that I was in, even from such a young age, from a child, okay? From a child. As I grew up, I personally didn't know how to handle. How was I supposed to know how to handle? If I was given these expectations, these lessons, and when even I was maybe thinking of going the other direction, I was pulled right back over here by either the same people that hurt me, by either the same self-harm that I was doing to myself, by either the same self-hatred, or by either the hatred from others. Okay? Once I realized that not only was I the enemy to me, and that I needed to detach from that and let that old self go, I realized that all of these people that were in my past have nothing over me at this point. It's almost like I can say whatever the hell I want to them, but I'm not going to, because that is who I am. I'm not a person who's gonna go because I got stabbed in the back, I'm gonna go and do the same thing. Like, and even if I did or have done that before, that's the past me. That literally, it's like not even a line that separates me. I'm still me, and that was me, but that's the fact. It was me. That's not me anymore. I learned from such a baby age, like, that this world is filled with hate. And all I wanted to do was show the opposite of that. Show that, you know what? I can love, and I can be loved. Okay? Moving forward. As I'm growing up into my teenage years, you know, I start to pick up these tendencies, you know, self-isolation, you know, I start to get into depression. I start self-harm. Even beforehand, you know, it was just self-harm, and not even physical ways, but as well as mentally and emotionally, that I was harming myself. And I didn't know how those actions were affecting me and how it was affecting me. You know, I didn't know that as a child, you were actually supposed to be received by your parents. You were actually supposed to be loved by your parents. You were actually supposed to be heard by your parents. But given the fact that even then my parents did not have that gift, or maybe they did, but they didn't know how to use it, and I can't speak on that. All I can speak on is on me. And I can say I didn't know how to use my gifts. I didn't even know that my senses were a gift, okay? That my entire presence was a gift. And every time that I walked into any room, I was a walking present, okay? And just like you and I, we are all the same, and this is all the same for everybody. As I'm moving into the adolescence, a bit older, and you know, I initially stated I'm 21 years of age, okay? So being that I've been through so much, it's lived almost like 100 lifetimes have been lived through me. So as I'm reciting this, as I'm trying to turn over a new stone, as I'm moving forward, nothing else matters but the fact that I'm gonna be where I'm gonna be because I want to be. Not because I am suicidal, not because I'm depressed, not because I hate this world, not because there's dark and there's void, but because there's light and there's joy and there's happiness inside of me. And I've learned my lesson, okay? Giving it to the wrong people, giving it to the most toxic souls of all, the most manipulating, the most outsourced human beings of all. There are what I call demon walking flesh, human zombies walking, roaming in the midst of us, okay? But you can call them whatever the fuck you want. Aliens, or maybe not, like no soul, flesh walking humans. They rip the only existence that you have of yourself because they know they can't achieve that. They know they can't have that, and they know they can't be that. As I'm growing older, I not only experience homelessness, I experience multiple midlife crises, heartbreak, relationships coming apart, friendships falling away, nobody ever staying, my own self-rupture, telling myself that it's not okay. And once I get to one point where I told myself it's gonna be okay to just keep pushing, I was always pulled back by something or someone or myself or my past, okay? If we don't acknowledge what it is that we've been through, what it is and how we've taken action and been a part of it, we're risking that we're never gonna be whole, okay? We're risking that apart from it all, we've maintained this function, this mask, this set of rules that society has given us to be. Though you and I both know that is not who you are, and that I for sure know that's not who I am. I think I would say maybe a better placement for you is how you set a tone for everything and how you have brought up a multitude of fierce action, not only once, twice, but over a span of 1,000 million times, that you have shown yourself that not only can you do this, but you can do this without anybody. Okay? Okay? Without anybody. Don't you think that's a little bit cruel? Don't you think that's a little bit unfair? Don't you think that actually you're kind of wrong? Don't you think that maybe actually I would like somebody? Maybe actually I will manifest somebody to hold me. Maybe actually I will pray to God to bring me somebody that loves me and loves me to my fullest. Just maybe. Who knows? But the thing with that is, what we're not realizing is that exactly what we asked for is coming for us. Exactly what the karmic cycle is supposed to play out will play out for us. Exactly what we gave will come right back to us. Okay? So as far being that I didn't realize this, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But being given, again, from such a young age, a detrimental factor that all people do is lie to my face. All people do is congest my words into making me think that I'm actually wrong, manipulating me, making me think that actually every single word that comes out of my mouth is absolutely wrong, okay? Being dimmed from your own light, from your own source, from your own set of presence, cadence, animosity, just being you and you and you. Like, people have ripped parts away from you. People have taken a stretch at you and made it seem like it was your fault, okay? And again, that is what I'm here to tell you. You're wrong if you think that we've talked about family, we talked about friends, and eventually we're going to talk about relationships. But God, source, anybody or anything outside of you, literally anything or anybody outside of you, okay? Whether that is reading a billboard poster and you resonating with it, whether that is hearing somebody say some pungent shit to you just because they fucking feel like it, whether it is your mother telling you, actually don't wear that dress, don't do this, don't have this, or your friend telling you, your friend stealing your boyfriend, okay? your cousin coming at you and smacking you in the face, okay, for no reason, okay, your sibling, even that, okay, coming at you sideways for what they don't even know about. And that goes for everybody. Just because people have labels, just because you are boyfriend and girlfriend, just because you are husband and wife, just because you are a mother and a father, just because you're a son and a daughter, does not justify that you should be hated on, that you should be looked at from such a twisted point of view that they have no idea what they're talking about. That's plain and simple. When people say shit, they don't know what they're talking about. But for so long, when I was held and pointed a gun to my face, being told these things, my heart ruptured. My heart would crack and break every single time that I let it go, that I let it be, okay? That for so long, I was getting like put down in ways that I didn't even know. I thought it was okay for my relationship to be in this way, for my parents to treat me this way. I thought it was all okay. I thought it was okay for people to leave, but it's not. It's not. You know, we're not going to force anybody to stay, but we're also not going to escape the fleeting emotion that we want somebody to stay. Whether that is for the rest of your fucking eternity life, or whether that is for a couple months, or whether that is for the last night ever, you're always going to want something. And the point of this is, because you're here, it's plain and simple, because you're here, you're not only deserving of being here, but you're meant to be here. The word meant, that is you are meant to be here. And whatever else comes, that is meant for you. People will think that they can pinpoint that as a thing that you deserve, but no, honey, baby, my love, boo-boo. Like, you are meant to be here. You are meant to dive and soar and fly with riches and gold. So as we move forward, we've escaped the vortex of pure hatred, of pure manipulation, of pure obscurity to life. You know, people are always going to come to you and tell you, let's think about this for 1 second. People are always going to come to you and tell you, they're always going to make you feel like you're wrong, okay? Maybe you don't let it get to you and you don't let it affect it as harsh, but that's another thing of learning. You have to be strong in this world. And as hard as that sounds to do, and right, easier said than done, it is possible. Anything is possible. Yeah. If you made it to the end of this video, the main goal, the main objective is that I've been through shit, okay? Whether that is physical abuse, mental abuse, horrible relationships, this, that, like, okay? Being encaged for so long mentally and putting yourself there purposely affects the way that you're gonna want things, okay? You might think that you deserved everything that you got, but it was meant for you. It was meant so that you can see greater light at the end of that tunnel, okay? I don't know who needs to hear this, but you are loved. You are loved not only by, if you want it to be from a human, I'm that human that loves you, but you are loved from the God, holy presence and spirit of source, of whatever it is you believe in, of the universe, of the Buddha, of the gods, of fire and water. They love you. The clouds love you. The sun rises every day for you, okay? And the moon comes up so that you can get that rest, so that you can elaborate that plan in your sleep, so you can dream big, okay? The whole world is in your favor. And Maybe the abstract part is these people and their words and how you let it affect you. But as well as that communication and that free sense of being, you've learned that you encapsulate a raw form, okay? And solitude has brought you honesty, okay? This clarity has brought you honesty. Now you're learning that with that clarity, with that honesty, you're a walking life form of an entity that nobody can describe. And if people try, that's where they're gonna fail. So now, with that being said, don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Don't let anybody tell you what you can't or you can't do, because you know what you're capable of. And if anybody does tell you it's not possible, you can't do it, or they murmur words at you or flinch or make you flinch, those people are not for you. And that is when you learn to walk away. Again, don't let these people get to you. I'm gonna leave it there. Okay. I would like to apologize for one thing, but it's like I want to precisely put it into words. So yeah, I don't apologize for any way that I am or that I'm not. All I apologize is for the way that you are or that you're not, because I see it so differently. And apart from my viewer and from my collective and maybe the people that do agree with me or maybe partially agree or maybe don't agree but are still supporting, like, I don't vastly remember my thoughts and my memories because I want to be done and do with this world, but it is a part of that. I can't let that go. Maybe not just yet, but I can't let it not be a part of me because it's always been a part of me, okay? Eventually, I'm going to learn to grow further than what I've given myself to be, okay? But so be it. Like, we're all here. We're all children, okay? We all came here to play. We all came here to have fun, okay? And with that being said, peace and love, my beautiful people. I really do hope you have a beautiful night, and if you don't, I hope you have a better day tomorrow. Okay? Deuces.